Welcome to Sports Talk with BT and C. We back from
We are back, BT.
holidays. Um, yeah. This has been a rough winter holiday.
BT, how was your winter break?
Are we talking in the sense of sports?
No, we'll get into that.
It was good. I had good holidays.
Yeah?
Spent
What'd
time
you
with
get?
family. What did I get?
Yeah.
I got a Texan CJ Stroud jersey.
Mm.
That's probably the best gift I got because and you know what? Ever since I got that jersey, they are
Undefeated.
2-2,
2-2.
undefeated in the playoffs. So, what was your best gift?
Probably my gun. I got a new gun.
Okay.
New duck gun. And I got some decoys.
All right. We're just going to go straight into it here. Let me get our share screen here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to recap the playoff that we have missed and we missed covering. So, from the first round games, nothing was very particularly entertaining to watch.
Texas, Arizona State. Oh, that's the
First round. I mean, Clemson tried to make it close at the end, but
that Indiana game was something.
yeah, that was something. And then, but I mean, Notre Dame held. I don't know. I think they definitely need to talk about just completely getting rid of the first four teams getting the byes because that made it less entertaining in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I also want to say, dude, Indiana, the only two losses they've had this year were to the two teams in the national championship.
Hey, okay. All right. Now we got some entertaining. We got sort of some entertaining games and New Year's Eve.
Arizona State should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have.
They got hosed on that non-targeting call. That was bullshit.
Poor Scatabo.
Dude, for real. Buddy's a dog. But here's the thing. He raised a draft stock. Buddy's going to be at least a day 2 pick. Probably.
All right.
Pretty deep running back class. No one expected this.
Ohio State dominated Oregon.
Yeah.
I think you notice a trend. You probably don't want to have
the week off.
You don't want to have that week off because look what every single team that had that week off. I give Georgia benefit of the doubt because honestly, they played without their starting quarterback, and they might have played a little bit better. And Boise State should get the benefit of the doubt as well because you weren't gonna.
Well, plus
in a normal year, Boise State would not be in that situation. They would.
You got to think this too. Boise State held them close until that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Sucks that Ashton Genty was only 27 yards away from the record.
It would have been. He would have had the whole discussion. Oh, does it really matter because he played extra game, X amount of games extra.
Yeah, but then you got to think. Who has the record?
Barry Sanders. That only played 11 games.
Barry Sanders also had 30 more carries in him?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Plus, I mean, he realistically could have probably gotten it if he played in the second half of those early games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He probably would have gotten it in the regular season. All right.
Yeah. But no, no one saw the Oregon game coming through. No one.
I mean, obviously, you could have seen Notre Dame beating Georgia. And
Notre Dame has one of the best defenses in the league or country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stu. Dude. Stewie, how about Notre Dame getting beat in the first round?
They've made a believer out of me, all right? But you already know, if Notre Dame ends up winning the Natty, there's going to be those Northern Illinois fans that are just like, yeah, we're the national champions.
Hey, this is the first time ever a team that Northern Illinois beat is playing in the national championship. We have history.
Yeah, but no, just Ohio State dominated every aspect of the game against Oregon. Their wide receiver, Jeremiah Smith, would be a top 5 pick this year. He's so good.
Are you endorsing a one-and-done rule for college football?
No. No, I'm not.
Sure would help this quarterback class.
Yeah. I don't even know that.
The second round games, a lot more entertaining. Well, I mean, the Ohio State or the third round, semifinals.
The semifinals.
the Texas was really entertaining, and then
Mm-hmm.
the score doesn't indicate how close the game actually was.
What 14 to? It was I think 14 to 7. No,
I think it was tied at one point.
21-14, and Texas was in the red zone. 4th and goal. Jack Sawyer sacked Quinn Ewers and then returned it all the way to the end zone.
There's a rumor that a certain Ohio State defensive coordinator could become Oklahoma's next defensive coordinator. He used to, if you remember, he's from Oklahoma. If you know his career path, he used to be the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma State the year they were really, really good on defense. It was one win away from being in the college football playoff.
So for this game, I knew that I knew Ohio State was going to win. They just have an all-around better team than Texas. Quinn Ewers hasn't been anything. He's been mid.
And Sark is Texas coach, rumored to be in the NFL. Yeah, I'm cheering for that.
But I also want to shout out Will Howard, dude.
Yeah,
buddy.
He's proving you wrong too.
In Ohio, I was bashing him.
Yeah, both championships to a player you've been bashing and fucking a team you've been bashing for years.
Team I've been bitching, yeah.
But Penn State Notre Dame was a good game. Penn State almost had him.
Yeah, it's Drew Allard, dude. Just you cannot make that throw.
After everything they said about if you went into the draft, you'd be a top 3 pick. You go out and you play like that.
Mm-hmm. I still think he has more potential than Cam Ward, though.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be the number 1
But
pick.
here's the thing. Penn State's bringing back their whole offense, pretty much, besides Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Both their running backs, who I think both almost had 1,000 yards each.
Tyler Warren, future Houston Texan?
No, he'll be a Colt. He ain't dropping that far.
He's going to be a Texan.
He's going to be a Colt. Right. What'd you think of the game, though?
I thought that was a really entertaining game. Mm-hmm. This Notre Dame's defense came to play.
Yeah.
And they impressed me. And shout out Marcus Freeman, getting interest with the Bears coaching job. All these college coaches. Obviously, I don't know if that'll throw a pin in the Bears' plans to be the national championship. But
yeah, I just think Notre Dame's defense, one of the better teams. I mean, I have said they're a good defense, but their secondary is so elite. BT, and they're playing without Benjamin Morrison, a projected top or first round pick, and they didn't allow a completion to a receiver against Penn State, and I think that's testament to how good their defense is and how good they are as a team. And I think this is one of the better national championship matchups. I mean, I could remember in the past couple of years.
Yeah. All right. We have Ohio State, Notre Dame. Big Ten team looking to win their first national championship since last year. I forgot. Fuck. Michigan won it last year. Notre Dame looking to win their first national championship since, I believe, 1988.
Yeah, they've been in a couple since then, though.
Yes, they have been in a couple. I think their most recent one was 2012.
Yep, against Alabama. Something like Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Not Chip Kelly, the other Kelly.
Brian Kelly. Yes, it was 1988 was their last national championship.
Yeah. Who do you got in this one, BT?
I'm just going to play with the team that's playing the hottest, the best team. I'm going to have to go with Ohio State.
I'm going to go with Ohio State too. So the matchup is elite. So I like Notre Dame's defense, especially their secondary. So I think their secondary is going to provide a challenge to Will Howard and Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka. However, Ohio State has two second round running backs, Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. I think they will have an elite game.
Notre Dame is also really banged up. That's what kind of scares me.
Well, yeah, they're banged up, and I think they're going through a flu thing or whatever.
Yeah. Well, with that, I mean, we're still a week out.
And I'm going to be honest, Notre Dame's offense isn't really anything special. I mean,
Riley Leonard,
he's all right.
Who would have thought? Who would have, if you had to guess the 2 quarterbacks playing for a national championship? Who would have said
Will Howard and Will
Riley Leonard and Will Howard?
God. Yeah, but I like Ohio State in this matchup. I just think their running backs are going to come to play, and I think they're going to take advantage of their elite offense. And yeah, I got Ohio State.
Yeah. So we both agree on that. I do want to say, Stu, let's do a little bit of trivia before while loading this next segment. Who was the head coach of Notre Dame when they won their last national championship?
Oh, what's his name? Oh, fuck. It's the top of my tongue. It's Lou something?
Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz.
All right, Stu, you can. I'll let you talk about.
You want to go over a bowl mania?
Oh God, no! I haven't even looked.
I haven't either. All right.
Yeah, let's look at our bowl mania before we get started into our ISU bowl game recap and transfer portal in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, BT, what was your record?
Hold on, I gotta pull up. Let me pull up. It's on fantasy, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh wow, I beat Dante. All right. I went 30-16.
God damn.
What?
I went 26-20.
Bowl mania champ.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, I guess I should change my national championship pick. I didn't change any of my picks, but now I have the choice. Which one do I ride with? My thing says ride with Notre Dame because that's what I originally picked.
I said Ohio State, so. All right.
Shout out Big Daddy Thayer for 41% percentile. Went 23-23.
Oh boy.
He also went. No, shut up. He got 0 points in the bracket.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, I had Notre Dame in my. Bro, I did not pick the national championship, correct? But I picked Notre Dame in the championship. Bro, what? I predicted this the whole bottom side of the bracket on my bracket challenge. All right, Stu, let's go over Iowa State's bowl game.
Pop-Tart bowl champs, baby.
Get the toaster. You guys get the toaster.
Yes, sir.
Ruckle ate which one did he eat? I forgot.
The cinnamon something one.
Oh, the cinnamon roll one?
Yeah.
Wrong one. Chose the wrong one, buddy.
Yeah, dude. What a fucking game. I think easily a top 5 bowl game this year.
I think both our teams played in top 5 bowl
this is a tale of two halves, BT. Tale of two halves. Very offensive game. There was like 28-28 at halftime, 28-31 at halftime. But Kim Ward played the first half.
He did not quit on his team, according to Mario Cristobal.
Do you think that?
That's what Mario Cristobal said it was bullshit.
Well, it happened. It's kind of ironic how, Kim Ward going into the game was a couple touchdown passes from breaking the record, and he broke it. And then the second half he sits out. But no, BT, this was just an awesome game. I was so nervous watching this game. Rocco Becht did his thing. 22 for 36, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, along with a touchdown on the ground. Carson Hansen had a really good game. Jalen Knoll, shout out to him, going out with the bang in the senior year. But yeah, our defense just turned it around in the second half. They brought their backup in, and we clamped him. He only had 5 completions for 26 yards. They ran all over us, BT. And when I mean them, I mean Damian Martinez. But he had 179 yards and a touchdown against us. But, yeah, we just played awesome. Not awesome, but we got the job done. I'm very happy with how this season turned out. It shows the grit of our team. And I'm super happy with how this season turned out. It's the best season in Iowa State football history. And we didn't even win our conference championship. Most wins in our history as a program. And, yeah, I think all in all, it's a very successful season. I look at that loss against Arizona State, turnovers killed us. And look what happened. They arguably should have been in the semifinals, right, BT?
I can talk about those that you might have made the playoffs if you don't lose one of those.
Yeah, Kansas.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Texas Tech's gonna be a sneaky team next year. I will say that.
Well, that's
Kansas,
next year. That's not this year.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that. But Kansas, yeah, we shouldn't have lost to Kansas.
If you win one of those, I bet you're in the playoff for SMU.
I mean, I'd like to think so, but you never know. It's what if, you know what I mean? And what did happen was that we didn't get the job done at the end of the season, but in the end, it turned out good. We ended the season with a win, and
momentum into next year.
Yep, momentum into Ireland. Our first game is in Ireland, BT.
Farmageddon in Ireland.
Yep.
Oh boy. You know,
last regular season game against is turning into our first regular season game. So
yeah, and you know what happened to the last team that lost in Ireland. So make sure you don't lose in Ireland.
Yeah, shit. But yeah, I'm very happy with how the season turned out. We haven't lost many players. I mean, we've lost a decent amount of players, but nothing too big. I mean, we lost our starting defensive lineman, and JJ Cole. He went to Appalachian State, but we'll get into that stuff. So
yeah, okay. So
yeah,
you want to know the bad news about playing in Ireland?
What?
It's only been played since 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every team that's lost in Ireland has not won more than 3 games that
Oh
season.
no! What was the other team?
You had Nebraska in the first year.
Uh-huh.
Northwestern lost to Notre Dame. I think that's who played. And then
No,
Florida State.
Nebraska and Northwestern played.
Who played Notre Dame? I thought it was Northwestern.
No, they played. They played Georgia Tech, right?
No, because Georgia Tech played Florida State.
I don't remember, but
I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
Oh, would it be 2023?
Boop, boop.
Oh, Navy.
Yeah.
Navy in 2023. I guess they won 5. But the teams that lose in Ireland do not make a bowl game.
Hopefully we can get the job done.
Yeah, and send Kansas State not to a bowl game. All right. All right. Oh, God.
Oh, boy, BT.
Oh, boy. Oh. So this was
I'm going to go mute for this one just so the viewers can get the full.
Okay, so this bowl game, complete fucking opposite of Stupy's bowl game. This is just a defensive slugfest. Obviously, we go up momentum. We had momentum in the first quarter, going up 14-0. I'm at work, so I can't really pay attention fully. So, obviously, Michael Hawkins looked really good. He looked like he's been being coached by a real quarterback coach because Arbuckle came in, our new offensive coordinator. Came in, he was coaching for the bowl game. So he looked a lot better than he did in the regular season. So you obviously see some development there. Our running backs coach is retarded. I'm just going to be honest. Your leading rusher, Gavin Sawchuk, gets 8 carries in the first quarter, and then the second quarter starts. He gets so many carries, he gets the rest of the game. 2. He had 63 yards in the first quarter. And you're just going to completely go away from what was working. I'm not going to complain sitting and thinking about it. I'm not going to complain about the 2-point because I completely get it. You don't want to go to an overtime against a school that runs that type of thing because if that goes to the 2-point conversions, they have an offense that can get 2 yards at a time. So, obviously, with the players we had out, we had 30 players out of this game. I wasn't really anticipating to see much. Obviously, you saw some young players like Ivan Carrion, true freshman, 6-something tall receiver, had a really good game. A lot of critical drops, but, I mean, that comes with the territory. You're playing a bunch of true freshmen. Obviously, it's not you don't want to lose that game, but obviously Navy had the bigger storyline. They had more to play for than it was a pointless bowl game. Our players probably didn't even really want to play in it. So I know, typical SEC excuse, but that's the case. When it's Navy Super Bowl compared to whatever. I mean, obviously, I don't think this changes anything into next year. we still brought in a pretty decent portal class.
I'm looking at your schedule now. You played like 8 or 9 teams that made the bowl game.
What'd I say about having a tough schedule? Oh, Stewie, and guess what? You add. Obviously, we play Illinois State next year, and then we play our first game's against Illinois State. Then we play Michigan, who is completely rebuilt their roster week 2 in Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Then we play at Temple, which is just so. I mean, they do this every year. They travel to. They're in a big city. They play in Philadelphia. So, and then obviously before the Texas game, hallelujah, they gave us an easy one. I guess we could talk about it, can't we? Since both of our team schedules came out for next year, right?
Yeah.
Let me go to FBS schedules real quick. We have a lot to talk about. Jam-packed episode today for you guys. Let's go to Iowa State. I accidentally clicked on Big 12, so we're going to go to Iowa State because I'm still not used to it yet. All right. No, that's 2020. That's 2024. I need 2025. Oh, boy. Stewie plays his favorite team the second week of the season. Obviously, we talked about Kansas State, so then you play.
We'll play a former Iowa State quarterback.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he's coming back.
And then they play former South Dakota State quarterback
Mark Gronowski. Yep.
And then I feel like Iowa State's going to get upset this week.
Against Arkansas State.
This is like
at Arkansas State.
Remember last time we played at a group of 5 teams too? Do we got to mention Ohio?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Hey, that was a turning point for us. That was a turning point for us. No, looking at the schedule, so we have a tough schedule.
I don't want to hear it.
Don't fucking talk to me. So Cincinnati, they were good this year. The record didn't show it, but their quarterback scares the living shit out of me. Vanilla Vic, if you will.
Colorado might not have a coach.
Dude, if Deion Sanders, I'm gonna talk about 2 of these, okay, or 2 scenarios. The first scenario is if Deion Sanders is still there, they're gonna be good.
That's not Keen Slaughter.
Yeah, they got Keen Slaughter. They have what's his name, Julian Lewis, who I think was one of the better quarterbacks.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think Deion's either going to Las Vegas or he's going to Dallas.
Yeah, and then that's my other thing. It's going to be what happens if they do, because I feel like majority of that team is going to transfer away if he leaves.
And Colorado's back to the basement.
Yeah. So,
but that's a risk.
Then we got Arizona. Arizona's in an interesting spot, BT. Because they had a really bad season. They lost their best receiver. Noah Fafita's back, but who's he going to throw to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just really haven't heard much about him. They lost a lot of their
old players too.
I'm not looking over Arizona by any means, but yeah. And then Arizona State's on the come up. They have that college football playoff appearance. So that's going to
be interesting to see what they look like without Scatterboo, though.
Yeah, but their quarterback's real good. Will Levitt,
all the receivers will return.
Sam Levitt's really good. BT, probably more of the one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the country. Then we got God damn, we got a tough schedule. BYU.
I gotta see BYU do it back-to-back years. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Jake Retzloff can do. Yeah.
Kansas, I think they returned Daniels or somebody.
Yeah, they returned Daniels, but I'm not really worried about him.
And Neal, right?
Huh?
I think they returned Neal too.
No, I think he's declaring this year.
Okay.
But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where Lance Leopold. That's their quarterback, right? Lance Leopold.
That's their head coach, not their quarterback. You said their quarterback.
No, I said their head coach, Lance Leopold. Yes. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes from there. Oklahoma State, I feel, is going to be on the downslide.
To be fair, Oklahoma State's always better when you doubt them.
True,
when you give them expectations.
True. Plus, it's in Boone Pickett Stadium. And then TCU, Jake Hoover, he's playing really good football.
I'm not going to be as high on them, in my opinion, as I was.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
they're not a playoff.
We have a tough schedule. I ultimately think we'll be we'll just not even looking deep into it, not with the transfer portal and all that stuff still going on. I think we'll finish at least 7 to 8 wins.
All right. All right. Here you go. Illinois State. I mean, it's a bye game against Illinois State to start the year. I'm not going to say much into it. All right, Michigan. That'll be a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Two teams that are looking to technically take the next jump into competing for a playoff spot next year. Obviously, Michigan brought in a quarterback, the dude from Fresno State, Mikey Keene. But they also do have Bryce Underwood coming in and competing. So
I think he's definitely going to start. How do you not start a $10 million quarterback?
it depends.
That's just ridiculous.
They obviously have to get in, and they have to get in, see how he looks.
Yeah.
They also do lose a lot on defense, so that would be something to watch. Not only Michigan's first real test. Like I said, Temple, we play in Philadelphia. It's mainly a recruiting game. You play close to big-time recruits in the Northeast. We like to recruit there.
Did you play the best team in college football next year?
Yeah.
Kent State?
Just wait. Auburn. Storyline game.
Jackson Arnold
returns to Norman, Oklahoma. Obviously, I've seen sites rank Auburn in the preseason top 10, which is just baffling to me. They have I think Auburn's coach is just the next Jimbo Fisher. He'll have all the talent, but I don't think he's a good enough coach to put him in the right spots.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sold on Jackson Arnold either, because I think part of him was a problem at Oklahoma and part of him wasn't, but it's kind of like 50-50. He fumbled the ball a lot, and I think our defense got a lot better. And we'll get into those with the transfer portal. Obviously, this is my favorite part of the schedule. We get a bye week, and then we get to play Kent State right before we play the Texas Longhorns. So we get glorified 2 bye weeks before we play Texas, which, I mean, you can argue.
Which game are you going to go to that Kent State game?
I might. It depends. I kind of want to go to an SEC game, though. And I'll get into what I'm looking at going to. But obviously, this is ideal. Obviously, I could see a world where we start out 5-0 and you're building momentum into this Texas. And if you beat Texas, you can make arguments for all these teams.
Going to play Arch Manning.
They might not have a coach. He might be gone.
Where does Arch go in that scenario?
Ole Miss. Ohio State.
I think that's where his dad went.
Oregon. USC. His dad? Oh, I guess maybe, yeah.
I'm pretty sure his dad went there.
Then South Carolina, that'll be a little tough with Lenoy Sellers, but they don't have Rocket Sanders at running back anymore, so I have to see how they replace that. And obviously, they don't have Kyle Kennard, so it'll be a first-round pick. And this game intrigues me, this Ole Miss game. Ole Miss, they lost a lot this year, and they haven't really addressed that in the portal. They haven't really got anybody big, I don't think. So I have to see how Lane Kiffin's recruits actually look. And obviously,
he went to Ole Miss. Cooper Manning did.
And then I'll trade you November, Stu. All right, we go on the road to Tennessee to kick off November 1st. We get the bye, and then we have to go on the road at Alabama, November 15th. And a game I'm looking at going to right here, Saturday, November 22nd. Missouri does come in town to Norman. This is a revenge game. Most of these games are technically going to be revenge games for Oklahoma. But obviously, Missouri, they come in and bring in a backup quarterback and pay him $3 million from Penn State.
Padula, right? That's his name, Padula?
Yeah. Obviously, you never know. It's an unproven quarterback. He couldn't beat that with Drew Aller, so is he really that elite?
Drew Aller's pretty good, though.
And we wrap the year against LSU at home, which, it's a tough schedule. Obviously, Michigan, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss. You can make cases. You got to win 9 games. You want to keep your job. You're the head coach. 8 or 9 games. That's the goal that administration is going with the schedule. Show some sign of improvement, especially if you bring in that new DC, which is yet to be seen. Obviously, you're going to have to wait till the national championship. He's not going to lead his team in the national championship. All right, let's go to transfer portal. All right. How do I go to the transfer portal here? Transfer portal rankings. All right. Oklahoma has brought in signed.
Probably one of the better classes in the nation.
I don't know. Transfers in. All right. So we bring in a preferred walk-on from a tight end from Louisiana Tech, John Locke. Sounds like a damn person that signed the Declaration of Independence. This guy I'm excited about, Kendall Daniels. He's from Oklahoma State. Really elite stat line. He was one of their best linebackers. He played. We have a role on defense. We call it cheetah. It's like a mixture of a linebacker and a safety.
So
I
it's a
can run and do
hybrid.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, yes. I think he would be a perfect replacement for the person we have. We can move the person we have back to corner where he originally was recruited to.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's Oklahoma State fans like to say quit on the team, but I can't blame somebody for quitting on a 3-8 that's not playing for anything. So obviously I like that. And then I like this signing, Marvin Jones Jr. He's a senior, was a 5-star in high school. Obviously he was going to commit to Oklahoma, but that's the weekend he was going to commit to Oklahoma. Guess what happened?
Your coach?
Lincoln Riley left for USC. So he's been kind of bouncing around. He was at Georgia. He went to Florida State, had 5 sacks at Florida State. Now he's coming to Oklahoma. Obviously, we need another guy that can pass rush on the other end next to Mason Thomas, who announced he is coming back for his senior season.
My boy.
Former Iowa State commit, led the SEC in sacks last year. But yeah. Then we bring in Austin Welch, a kicker from Kennesaw State. You'll notice Kennesaw State special teamers are a trend here. We bring in Josiah Martin for wide receiver. He was a freshman last year. He did play with Jackson Arnold, which is weird. He was a Jackson Arnold receiver, so he's just coming here to play. We just only offered him a preferred walk-on out of high school, but now I guess he must have done enough at Cal to warrant the Scully. And then Will Huggins, a transfer from Pitt State. He used to play at Kansas in 2020. He scored a touchdown in Oklahoma in 2020. His first career college touchdown was against Oklahoma in a
6'7" tight end, huh?
He was 60. It was 63-9 final score, but he was the one that scored that touchdown. And then Cole Gonzalez, probably going to be a backup quarterback or third string, whatever, from Western Carolina. I like him. He has really good tape. Obviously, he is a veteran. So if you need to bring somebody in that can make a play late in the game, you would look to him. I think this is his last year of eligibility. Then we get a tight end from Kennesaw State, 6'4", 240. He's more of a receiving. He's a good blocker and a good receiving threat. I would look for him to play maybe like an H-back role in Ben Arbuckle's offense. Which, if you remember watching Old School Oklahoma, they had somebody named Dimitri Flowers. I'm trying to blank on the other name they had. But he would always be like open in the flats, and yeah, it was an all-conference tight end in the Conference USA last year. Isaiah Satanga, a really good punt returner, really fast guy from wide receiver. Obviously, we're going to have to replace a lot of wide receivers. We didn't talk about it, but we lost like 6 wide receivers out of the portal this year. So, yeah, he's he can develop. He's really fast. All right. Derek Simmons, a really good offensive tackle from Western Carolina, I believe. No, yeah, he came from
the same college as your Gonzalez did.
Yes, he was a highly touted. I think he was number 4 offensive tackle in the transfer portal. So I obviously like to see him do it, not in the FCS, in the SEC. But obviously like to see that. Keontae Lewis, wide receiver from, where's he from? Southern Illinois. He had 800 yards last year for Southern Illinois. I like how we're trying to go after these scatteraboo type people. You could see like a boom or bust, I guess, in a way. They can either really boom in the spotlight or they'll bust. Pause. But obviously, I mean, if those players can come and play like they were playing in the FCS, you'd like to see it. I'd rather have those than the people who never played and as a backup not in the Power 4, I guess. We got the number 1 player in the portal, Stu. I told you he was going to come here. Best quarterback. He's already number 3 in the Heisman odds, reunited with his offensive coordinator. It's kind of crazy.
You could argue that this move started the downfall of South Dakota State.
Yeah, I did. It did. I'm sorry, Stu. Actually, it wasn't him. It was us hiring the offensive coordinator first, and then all the portal exodus after that.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out John Mateer. He's already like third in the 2025 Heisman odds, which is crazy. But seeing how that offense ran at Washington State, it's really good. So if it can come in and perform against non-Mountain West teams, watching his tape kind of reminds me of a like faster Baker Mayfield. Just the way he.
Washington State.
Yes, that quarterback. No, the quarterback.
Yeah, you said Washington State.
I said he reminds me of watching his tape. He reminds me
Oh,
of.
I thought you said Washington State.
He's like a faster version of. He's Baker Mayfield. That's a tad bit slower than Jalen Hurts. Obviously, you have to see him play against SEC defenses, but you watch tape against who did they play? I think it was Texas Tech. He had a really good game against Texas Tech when Washington State routed Texas Tech, if you remember. They've got Giovanni Gibson from Arkansas Pine Bluff. He had 1,200 receiving yards last year. Obviously, another boomer bust guy, but he has more stats, and he could pair well with Deion Burks, who is returning next year as well. Luke Bakalenko, he's a tackle. I don't know if he'll start. I think he's more of a depth piece we have just in case. I wasn't really sold on his tape. Gave up a lot of sacks, or gave up a lot of pressures, not a lot of sacks, so it obviously doesn't look bad on him. And then our last player, an all-conference USA punter, Jacob Ulrich. He had like an 84-yard punt last year. It rolled. It rolled. It was a rolly one. It wasn't like I think it was only like a 50-yard punt and it rolled 30. But
oh boy!
Shout out Kennesaw State special teamers. I guess we're just going after them. All right, let's load up Subi. Let's load up Iowa State, shall we? I have to find them. Okay. I'm not gonna find. Where can this do? Like that. And then transfers in. There you go.
All right, first one. So this is our newest transfer. I think it's like Tamateo McDonough. Whatever.
Tamatoa
McDonough. So yeah, he's a transfer from Yale. He's a great defensive end. He led the Ivy League in sacks. I think he had like 10 sacks this past year. Yeah, he's gonna provide lots of depth for us, and I could see him starting, especially with the losses of some of the players that are leaving. So a big pickup. Vontae Malone, and just another. You can see like a big theme, just edge.
Yeah, you don't have. You're not losing a lot.
Yeah,
really, in the grand scheme of things.
We lost Tyler Onadium. I think he was our starting edge that went into the D tackle role in most games. So yeah, just these athletic guys that we're trying to. And there's been talks that we're gonna try to move like one of our linebackers to DN to try to like mimic what we did with Will McDonald.
Bacon.
Yeah, Bacon. But yeah, just good. He's a good player. I don't really know much about him. This next player though, Chase Sowell.
I wanted him.
He's gonna be something for us. I think he is gonna come in as wide receiver number 1. Watching his tape, he was a beast at East Carolina. Provides a lot of great speed, great length. He's 6'2". So yeah, he's gonna be a beast for us. I'm very, very excited for him.
He was gonna go to Oklahoma, but we didn't have Mateer committed yet, so we didn't want to commit under the quarterback situation we had.
Yeah. Then we got a guy from Northern Iowa. Just another edge rusher that will probably end up playing a defensive tackle because looking at his size.
He's 210.
Huh?
He's 6'6", 210, Stu. You let me know how you're gonna have a 210 guy playing defense.
Oh, I don't know. I thought that I can't fucking read. But I mean that. Yeah, he'll probably play defensive end then. Speed rusher.
Hey, you might move back to linebacker that way. I don't know if you want to play in the end at 210.
Yeah, well, a 6'6" middle linebacker.
Hey, no ball
Yeah.
are getting over him.
Yeah. Next player, Trey Bell. He's from Kirkwood.
And then
Just a
what?
solid corner. We lost, I think, one or two. We lost Darian Porter, of course, this past off season. And we lost, I think, one more other player. I think it was like Trayvon Howard. Yep. So we're picking up Trey Bell to replace him. And then this one's funny. Xavier Townsend. I'm very excited about this. Funny fact, BT. Funny fact. Yes. It was like your dude that went to Florida State. So Xavier Townsend originally committed to Iowa State. And then he flipped to UCF.
Well, the guy that I was talking about, my situation, he was about to go public with his commitment, but he didn't. The day Lincoln Riley left.
Yeah. Well, Xavier Townsend committed to Iowa State, and then he decommitted and
not unless Matt Campbell
to
goes to the Bears.
And yeah, he's a beast. He redshirted this past season after playing 4 games. Yeah, I think Sowell and Townsend are going to be our two. They're going to be the Jalen Knoll, Jaden Higgins replacement. Townsend, funny enough, is the same height as Jalen Knoll, and Sowell is, I think, an inch or two shorter than Jaden Higgins. So I'm very excited. We're still recruiting. I think we were looking at a dude from Hutchinson Junior College. He was on campus this week. Yeah, we're just getting more.
Unless Matt Campbell goes to the Bears, then all this could be in flux.
I doubt it.
All right.
I think I'd be emotionally okay.
We'll never be an entertaining podcast. Oh, yeah, Rocco Beck hit the portal. He's probably going to West Virginia. Oh.
I don't even know who to hire. I don't even want to think about it.
All right. Let's talk about the wild card matchup, shall we?
Yeah.
My Texans, we won. Defense was showing. Defense balled out.
Except for your lad McConkey.
Hey,
he kind of sauced you the fuck up.
Still won the game. Who won the game?
It's true. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'll take a win over Lad McConkey. If that means I'll take the win if Lad McConkey sauced us up. We could be getting sauced up and not be winning, like a certain team we'll talk about next. But yeah, obviously, really good game for the defense, and they're getting a couple picks there. Looked pretty scary in the first quarter. I ain't gonna lie. God. Poor Deontay Johnson's too. Former Steeler. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's turning into Antonio Brown. I don't know what's with the Steelers wide receivers. Yeah. I'm not getting enough touches. Can't win. He won a fucking
George
playoff
Pickens
game.
might be gone.
He won a playoff game for the first time in his career. Yeah. He had to leave the Steelers for that to happen. But anyways, we'll get into that game next week. But I was really impressed by the defense. Special team got a key block, kind of distilled the momentum. We win back-to-back home playoff games. Love to see it. Obviously, we won't get another home playoff game. It's basically eliminated at this point. But yeah, I mean, we'll get into the Chiefs game later. Actually, I don't want to talk about it. All right, we'll save this for your Steelers season recap, or do you want to talk about it now?
Let's save it for the Steelers recap.
The Bills decimate the Broncos. I mean, it was pretty much expected.
Shout out to Bo Nix, though. I mean,
yeah, check down merchant, but you know what? It works.
You got him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Check down merchant. His fucking only touchdown was 43 yards.
I know. I'm just fucking with you, God. Rage bait. You're so easy to rage bait, Stu. It's so funny. The Packers, their health situation really.
Jordan Love overrated.
Okay, with their health situation.
What health situation?
Losing Christian Watson, losing Romeo Dobbs, losing
BT. Jordan Love's ass. Okay. Eagles. I knew the Eagles would win this game, just solely in the fact that they're way more talented. So.
Yeah. Eagles might need to watch out, though. They might be on upset alert.
Maybe.
We'll get into that later. Bucks and Commanders.
But you also have to think the Eagles have also played the Rams already, and they shit on them.
This is a different Rams team.
Is it though?
I mean, they just beat up 14-win team by.
Okay, it's the Vikings though.
They also have the storyline.
And just saying, the Rams lost to the Eagles when Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua both came back. So
yeah, and they haven't met playoff Matt Stafford.
Commanders, Jaden Daniels.
I knew when they got the ball that game was over.
Yeah.
Besides, I was like, oh my god, he missed a kick, and then it went in.
Did you know? I didn't know that he had Tourette's.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, he had Tourette's. That's why, like, when the camera was on him, he kept fixing his hair, putting his helmet, fixing his hair.
Oh, I just thought that meant he was fucking nervous as shit.
No, and then like they were like recording him, like this dude kept fixing his sock. Right, he put his cleat back on, took his cleat back off, fixed the sock again in the exact same place.
How the fuck?
He has Tourette's.
I'm gonna be honest. How are you a kicker with that? That's impressive that you can kick in the NFL with that.
Yeah. Shout out to Zane Gonzalez, former Brown BT. He was a Browns kicker when you were a Browns fan.
Shout out Baker, by the way, for the hell of a season. He basically proved all these people wrong and saying he can't do it multiple straight years. Obviously wasn't ideal.
With the picks next year.
Yeah.
That was my only problem with him. He played good this year.
I mean, obviously,
especially with like the team he had around him and having both of his top receivers gone.
Well, I mean, Mike Evans eventually came back, but obviously,
but like, you only play like 9 games.
Yeah, if Chris Godwin's in this game, it probably scores different, I would say.
Yeah. But shout out to the Commanders, dude.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, the man.
I don't know if we'll do it again next week, but we're gonna do that. Rams, we talked about this. The Vikings.
Vikings will be Vikings.
Vikings will be Vikings.
Dude, it was so funny.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I talked to a lot of Vikings fans because I'm up in South Dakota, so we live like right by Minnesota, like 20 minutes away from the border of Minnesota. Yeah, they kind of knew it happened. It's I don't know what you do.
Well, did you see they're gonna have a meeting about the playoff format?
I don't care.
Are they gonna
add 14-2?
What do you think?
14-3. Okay, there's no reason why you should be losing.
Hear me out. What do you think it's about? Adding an extra playoff team, or completely getting rid of the division?
I don't think it's the division thing because I think the division thing is fair and square.
So you're gonna have 16-team playoffs?
16.
It would be in this case. It would have been the Bengals. No, because it would have been the Bengals and playing the Chiefs in the first round, and it would have been the Seahawks playing the Lions in the first round.
No, they won't get rid of the first round bye because that's Pat Mahomes'.
Unless in that case, then they're gonna bring back 2 byes. Yeah,
I think they should do that. I mean, for God's sake, the Eagles were 14-3 as well, 13-4. Didn't get a bye. The Bills lost 3 or 4 games. The Ravens did.
We would have been playing the Steelers. They robbed us of a Steelers, man. Steelers, Texans.
Yeah, going back to the game, it was just the Vikings being the Vikings, BT.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where you go from here. You have a fucking quarterback dilemma that you got to figure out.
I don't know if Sam Darnold's the answer.
Yeah. Well, I've heard reports they're going to bring him back, but then J.J. McCarthy's still there. And don't forget, you got Daniel Jones there. What are you going to do with him? Is he just going to be the backup? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I ultimately think that they'll let him go.
To where?
Sign somewhere else, and they'll start J.J. McCarthy.
Unless they complete the Brett Favre arc and trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, very true.
All right. We'll start out with the NFC. Lions and Commanders is the biggest point spread in this round. It's a 9-point spread for 9-point favorites for the Lions. This is also the highest over under for the game. So I think it's at 55 is what they're projecting for the over.
I really like this game. This can be a very entertaining game.
Yeah, but
however, I believe this. I think the Lions are the best team in the NFL.
But at some point, these injuries are going to catch up to them.
Yes, but look what they've been doing with the injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're playing outstanding football. And they're just winning games.
But at some point, the Lions are going to lie, right? Unless they can prove it wrong.
I mean, I don't know, but I like them. I like them. They're
I
probably
like
my
them in this
favorite
game.
to
I
win.
like them in this matchup.
I like this. Shout out to Jane Daniels, him bringing them to the playoffs. No one expected it. I just think the Lions' defense and offense will be way too much for the Commanders because I think the Lions are a very different team than the Buccaneers.
From being a Texans fan, this Commanders team has kind of given me like Texans last year vibes.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
They are led by Jane Daniels, and if Jane Daniels tends to have a bad game in the second round, it's going to turn into what Baltimore and the Texans were last year.
But I would not be surprised if the Commanders sneak out a win.
Yeah,
you know?
I wouldn't be surprised either because I mean Baker went and played the Lions close in the divisional round last year.
Yeah. Right. I like the Lions though.
All right, shout out Gage's team here. We got the Rams and the Eagles.
Obviously, I like the Eagles.
I like the Eagles here. Jalen Hurts, hopefully to make the Super Bowl. It is maybe get back. I don't know. I like the Eagles. I
Saquon, they're complete team. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. Their kicker's good.
They're like the best team in Pennsylvania.
They are. I'm not.
I mean, I think they hold every single position. If you were to compare.
No.
Defensive line. Who'd you take? Would you rather have the Eagles' defensive line?
We're going by like.
Oh, I get positional groups. Sorry.
Yeah, because I take TJ over any of those corners. They definitely have us in corners. Mink is better than any of their safeties. But other than that,
if the Eagles got reunited.
Oh, we got Chris Boswell, the GOAT of all kickers. So
and didn't help me in the playoff game.
We didn't let him kick.
Okay, all right. We'll get into that. All right, but we both went with the Eagles and Lions for the NFC Championship matchup. Right now, if we were to predict who is in the Super Bowl,
we have to pick the AFC
for the NFC.
Oh, Lions. I think it's either Lions or Eagles.
Well, obviously that's both our NFC
championship. I don't see a world where it's not the Lions or Eagles in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
the Rams could be sneaky.
I'm going with the Eagles.
I'd be happy with the Eagles, but Lions have an Iowa State player, so.
All right, Bills and Ravens, probably the best game that I would love to watch. I mean, obviously this is not the night game. All right, yes, this is.
Wait. It's January 19th. Please tell me that's Saturday.
No. 18th. That's Sunday night.
What time is it? It's at 5:30. What the hell? I got work.
2 quarterbacks, 2 MVP front runners battling right here.
Yeah. Who do you like?
I just think this is the year of the Bills. I like Josh Allen. They played earlier in the year,
I'm going Ravens. They played earlier in the season, and the Ravens shit on them.
So that's a revenge factor here. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same year.
I also think Lamar and Derrick Henry are the best quarterback running back duo in the fucking league. They are playing so good right now. Mark Andrews is playing amazing. Their defense is playing good.
I know that hurt you. I know that hurt you to say Mark Andrews is playing good.
They're fucking dog shit this season. Give me 0 fucking points. But no, the Ravens are just a complete team, dude.
I know. But I think Josh Allen can carry.
I do think Josh Allen could be really competitive, especially with the weak secondary that the Ravens have. But I like the Ravens this year, man.
All right, so we differ there. All right, time to talk about it.
Texans are upset. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry, BT.
Call me crazy, right?
I'd love it. I'd love for the Texans upset. I hope you. Xavier Hutchinson, the man. You see the play he made?
Yeah. Okay, hear me out. Texans and Chiefs played. They were playing close. Texans had just taken the lead, right? Tank Dell fractures his knee. We didn't get to talk about this on the pod. And then, obviously, when you lose one of your players like that, one of the leaders of the team, obviously the team's going to be completely distraught. And that's when you saw the collapse happen. You missed the extra point, yada, yada, yada. So, I mean, if that Texans team shows up that was playing that first half of football into the third quarter, I think Texas can make this a game. The Chiefs haven't proven really anything all year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they've won a bunch of close games, but eventually you're going to fall and you're going to lose a close game.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that scares me, Dalton Schultz is hurt. You don't have Cade Stover. He's out. He broke his collarbone. So you lose your two big tight end threats.
You know what to do? Move
What?
Xavier Hutchinson tight end.
I mean, and we obviously lose Deontay Johnson. So it's going to be John Mechie, Xavier Hutchinson.
Not that he was making an impact anyway.
I mean, he had one catch, but I mean, obviously it's going to be on the back of Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is the key for this game. He did not have a good game when they played on Christmas.
I think Stroud has to play a perfect game too.
Stroud will have to play a perfect game, but Joe Mixon will need to make the big plays he made in Houston last week.
I like your defensive matchup against them though.
Yes,
the Chiefs.
Yes. It also all depends on the health of Azeez Al-Shaair. He has not. We didn't have him in the last matchup. We didn't have him, and obviously they ran the ball. And obviously the defenses look better against the Titans when he returned.
I hope he punches Pat Mahomes.
Stevie, that wasn't an intentional punch. Dude. He was trying.
I don't care. I just hope he punches Pat Mahomes. Hopefully Pat Mahomes is super tired from having a new daughter. Yeah.
Okay. The one thing that scares me, this ref, that's the head ref.
6-0.
6-0. Not a good sign. But I mean, if every team here in the playoffs, we have to get revenge for 5 years ago. If you remember what happened in the divisional against the Chiefs 5 years ago, 24-0. We'll just say 24-0.
Deshaun Watson.
We were up 24-0 going into halftime, and guess what happened?
Interesting facts, ladies and gentlemen. During the 2019 season, BT was a Browns fan.
I was a Baker fan.
Browns fan.
I was a Baker fan.
Browns fan.
I followed Baker. I didn't have a team. I followed Baker.
Brother, you were a Browns fan. You cannot lie. You were a Browns fan.
It's kind of like how LeBron fans are Lakers fans, but they were Cleveland fans, and then they were.
That's understandable, but dude, you can't deny that you were not a Browns fan. Like you
backed
the Browns up.
At that point, I was, and I was like, I'm tired of following Baker because personally, I thought he couldn't do it anymore. So then I hopped on an actual team, and I chose the Texans.
He didn't hop on a team, ladies and gentlemen.
I took a quiz.
He spun the wheel.
And it landed on the Texans, and hey,
good team. I remember when you did that. It was like a month or two before the draft, and then you were texting me while I was at the draft. He's like, "Dude, oh my God, we're so good, we're so back." Yeah.
All it takes is you got to root on me, and then you turn the franchise around.
Yeah.
But I have the Texans upset in the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs winning. So both of our FC matchups different.
I have the Bills and the Texans.
I have Chiefs Ravens.
Texans beat the Bills earlier in the year. But hence revenge. This is my theme. Revenge games. Bills are going to be in the Super Bowl.
I got the Baltimore Ravens. So I think they're better than the Chiefs. The last time they played, of course, toe tap. And I think the Ravens can do it. I think it's gonna be a Ravens-Lions matchup, and that is a fucking Super Bowl if I've ever seen one. So.
Well, wouldn't it be entertaining to have the Texans and the Lions though? Two teams battling for their first Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, but you could also make that for Bills, who lost 4 consecutive.
Two teams that haven't been in the Super Bowl before playing in the Super
Bowl. Shit.
You can't say that for anybody else, Stu. Those are the only two teams that have never, ever played in the Super Bowl in their franchises.
Jags?
Well, I mean, in the playoffs right now, Stu.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl, BT?
I have the Eagles.
I got the Lions.
So we both have the Super Bowl champion out of the NFC?
Yep.
Shout out Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Saquon, I think they found their missing piece they needed. Because last year we were talking about how they needed to find that missing piece after losing to Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers.
Tyrese isn't playing, BT. He's out. Tyrese is out.
So, sorry. So we should have started this at 6. You don't have to feel the pain.
I'm watching it right now. So.
Oh, okay.
It's on TV.
All right, Stu. It's time for you to recap your season. Wait a minute.
You want a short recap? We fucking suck.
Mike Tomlin, get the fuck out. You're a shitty coach.
This is bullshit. We were 10-3 and we lost 5 straight games to end the season. Bad. I have always been the one to back Tomlin up, okay, BT? Always. Not anymore. No fucking excuses. The only way I will want Tomlin back is if he fires Terrell Austin, our defensive coordinator, fires Arthur Smith, our offensive coordinator, and fucking does his stupid job and start Justin Fields next year. Russell Wilson has the mobility of a 90-year-old woman in a wheelchair.
To be fair, he's like 37.
I don't give a fuck, BT. I don't give a fuck.
Tom Brady didn't.
We didn't let Najee run the ball. We have the highest paid defense in the league. All for what? For Derrick Henry to fucking face the fucking ground. Face the fucking ground. Our DBs getting burnt by Rashad fucking Bateman.
So what you're saying is the Steelers should have settled for mediocrity for all these years.
I'm saying the Steelers need to fucking get their shit together. I am fucking sick and tired of always being good enough to make the first round of the fucking playoffs and lose. And having
you want to know what you need to do? You want to know what you need to do? You're going to hate that I say this. You want to know what you need to do?
Yes.
You need to blow it up. You need to blow it up.
We're not going to. We're not going to. The Steelers are one of the best franchises of all time. We're known for winning games, winning Super Bowls, not fucking winning playoff games.
Look what the Patriots did, and they're
we have not won a fucking playoff game since I was 13 years old. You know what we were doing as 13-year-olds, BT?
Playing Madden Mobile.
We were in Brett Weldon's math class.
Jacksonville Jaguars, and did it all.
I can't with this fucking team, dude. It's so infuriating. And you know what? I had no spirit. This year was probably the worst Steelers football I've ever watched, and least enjoyment I've ever had watching Steelers football. And I don't know where we go here. I honestly don't. I don't know what we do.
I think the only way you're going to get better is if you blow it up.
Yeah, but we won't. That's you
have to convince your owner that
Art Rooney's not going to fucking blow it up. We're not going to blow it up. We're not going to blow it up, BT.
Then there's no way you're going to get better. You're going to stay
exactly.
At this for the rest
exactly.
Of your...
This is going to be my fucking life as a fucking Steelers fan.
I mean,
God, fuck this team. The only bright side of this fucking team is Chris Boswell. I'm getting his jersey. Okay, I'm getting Boswell's jersey.
This wouldn't be the year you want it. Next year would be a year you want to tank.
We're not gonna tank.
Well,
we're gonna be like this for the fucking next. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, BT. I don't know. Honestly,
you just have to do what the Patriots did.
And then I wanted Fields to play, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, here comes Russell Wilson throwing some good balls. It's so fucking stupid, dude. We were 4-2 with Justin Fields as a starter, and then we finished 6-5. 6-6 as starter with.
You were so excited. You were so excited when they started Russell Wilson.
No, I didn't. I wanted Justin Fields to start. You can go back in the podcast. I said I wanted Justin Fields to start, and then Russell Wilson. It made me eat my words, and then
he was the next.
Okay, so this is what happened. So Russell Wilson's first game was New York, okay? Look at all these games. We won 4 in a row. Then we played the fucking Browns, okay?
The Browns
we couldn't win against good teams. It doesn't help that we have one of the fucking toughest ends of the schedule of the season, but holy shit, we played so fucking bad, dude. TJ Watt, what the fuck is going on? You know how many stats he recorded in his last 196 snaps, BT?
How much?
0 tackles, 0 TFLs, 0 sacks, 0 PDs.
Maybe he just wants to go where his brother played.
Shut the fuck up. I'm in a bad mood right now. I'm done talking about these fucking stupid
then what's a realistic way you see this team getting better? What's an addition they need to make that could take them over the edge to win a playoff game? I have one in mind. Trade for a wide receiver.
I think we're gonna draft one in our mock. I'm gonna draft one.
I don't think Pickett's gonna be wide receiver 1.
He's gonna get traded. I've heard rumors that we're gonna trade him, which fucker has character issues. Yes, he can make good plays, but he's I don't know what the fuck the Steelers' problem is with drafting fucking stupid idiots.
Call Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was a stupid idiot when he got drafted.
Yeah, that fucker just got concussed.
You can thank Vontaze Burfict.
Deontay Johnson, I think, just I don't know what the fuck happened to him. And then you got Martavis Bryant and George Pickens. We knew what we were getting into when we drafted him, but
did you not see the Georgia versus Georgia Tech game that year? He was him throwing punches with the Georgia Tech player with a helmet on.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what we need to do. BT, I like our offensive line. It's good and young. I want us to re-sign Najee, but I don't think we will. Which is fucking stupid. He's gonna go to like somewhere and become an all-pro. Secondary definitely needs help. Linebackers definitely need help. Cam Hayward, I thank him for all the shit he's done as a Steeler, but he's getting too old, BT. I just don't know. I just think we need to honestly, whatever we're paying the Steelers offense, we need to just pay that total sum to fucking Chris Boswell because he's our offense.
All right, so we ready? First mock draft. Let's try to do this quick.
I fucking Steelers, dude.
All right. Who do we have going first? No trades. Order as is for this one because it is 1.0.
All right. So the first overall pick.
Have a quarterback?
Yeah.
Which one?
So I've heard a lot. I've heard things that the Titans are really big fans of Cam Ward.
I second that if you think they pick him.
So yeah, I think they pick Cam Ward here. Just I've heard that they're big fans of him.
Browns, what do you do here?
I ultimately think they'll probably go quarterback, especially with Deshaun Watson.
But sure does not want to play here. Do you agree? Or do you think they go Milroe?
I don't think Milroe's going in the first round.
Is Riley Leonard played himself up?
No. Go to the best available.
Yeah. Or do you go Travis Hunter? Probably one of the best all-around players in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll go I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, we're down 8-2. It's tough.
And do you tank? I mean, obviously, your idea: do you tank next year to get a quarterback? Because obviously, Deshaun Watson's not playing next year.
Yeah.
He tore his Achilles again. So.
Yeah, but I don't think I think the Browns will want. I think I'm gonna mock him Shador here.
Shador.
Yeah. They haven't really said that like he doesn't want to play there.
Yeah.
I would think he has preferences of where he wants to play.
He wants to go to the Raiders. He wants to go to wherever his dad goes.
Yeah, Raiders or the Giants. Yeah. Buddy wore New York red in his bowl game.
All right.
Number 3, Giants. I think you just have to go the best available here.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I think you get your wide receiver corner of the future. They're mad that that they couldn't get a quarterback, but I mean this is a good secondary prize. I mean you get the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
And maybe next year you tank and hey, what better way? Get Arch Manning. You know what I mean? They had the Manning ties. Arch could pull. You know what? Remember what Eli did?
I don't know.
He didn't want to play.
I don't know if Arch Manning's going to look that red. You don't know.
Yeah, but
all right. Patriots
number 4, I think this is a great place for a Tedroy McMillan.
Yeah.
Give Drake May that big weapon.
And Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
Shout him out.
former Steeler.
Should be Steelers head coach.
Shit.
All right, the Jags. Not ideal. I don't know what you go with here. Maybe like the Will Johnson here. Obviously, I think they need corners. But not entirely sure.
I don't think they'll take Abdul Carter because they have Trayvon Walker.
Maybe Mason Graham.
Maybe let's go with Will Johnson.
Yeah, I think it's a little too early for interior D line.
Yeah, well, plus they don't. It's like, and that's not an absolute need for them. I think they need to start with their secondary.
All right, the Raiders here. Obviously, they fall short on the quarterback sweepstakes.
I think they'll just go best available.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, pair him up with Tariq Wilson. They have Mason Crosby though.
Yeah,
and Max Crosby.
I mean, Malachi Starks. But I mean, Luther Burden get a weapon.
No.
I mean, is it early? Is it too early for Genty?
I think I'm gonna go.
Or do you go an offensive lineman? Will Campbell, best tackle.
Let's just go best available here. Abdul Carter.
Yeah, maybe Max Crosby wants out, and you go with the.
Or you move Terry Wilson.
Yeah.
To like linebacker or something.
All right, the Jets on the clock here. What do you think here for the Jets?
I could see them going like Luther Burden.
Their
D line doesn't need nothing.
You have Devontae Adams. You have Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, very true.
You go Malachi Starks for safety.
I don't think Malachi Starks will be a top 10 pick.
What's in the cornerback room? Benjamin Morrison.
He's hurt though.
Yeah, nothing really up in the corner.
Can you scroll down?
I mean, Agbuka, Kelvin Banks.
No, they're not gonna go. All right, you scroll up. I don't know.
I would be probably like trading this pick here, but obviously we won't know. What's the analysis say? 39% say Mason Graham in this situation.
Yeah, but they have Quinn Williams. I mean, why not? You can just make him go.
4 down linemen.
Huh?
What about the 4 down linemen?
Yeah, that's very true. I don't know what they play, whether they play 3-4 or 4-3.
Yeah.
Here, I think they'll go with the lineman to protect
Campbell.
Bryce Young.
Is that your best tackle or Josh Simmons?
Go to tackles.
Or Kelvin Banks.
Kelvin Banks, do we get here? Will Campbell. I think Will Campbell is going to switch to guard.
Yeah.
But hey, a good pulling guard. Good
Either way, that's the best available lineman.
Yeah.
And I think they need every position. They don't have a set piece on the offensive line. So let's go Will Campbell here. Saints. Do you have your quarterback in Rattler? Do you give him another year to see what he can do? He looked good at the end of the year.
I think they go with a defensive player here.
Malachi Starks.
I either like Jalen Walker or like there's another one. Scroll down.
Michael
Williams is really good. I either like Michael Williams or actually Michael Williams, Jalen Walker, or Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer's been playing himself. And you know how Saints like their Ohio State players.
Yeah, we'll go with Jack Sawyer.
I think Jack Sawyer would be a good pick here. I think they go lineman. I think they'll go the best available lineman.
Josh
I
Simmons
think
or
that'd be
Banks?
Calvin Banks. Yeah.
Yeah. 49ers.
49ers, I think it's
They go Luther Burden, give him another weapon.
no.
I mean, obviously Debo. You don't know
Scroll
how
down.
you.
Michael Williams wouldn't be such a bad play. Matthew, scroll down. Keep scrolling.
They don't have an interior D lineman like Kenneth Grant. Give me one more.
Honestly, no. Go down. I've heard this guy's name pop up a lot. Josh Cornerly.
Think they go
I
for him?
yeah. I don't know if he's gonna get drafted this early.
Well, obviously you're gonna have Riders, so
Go up. Simmons is still available, right?
where do you go, Simmons?
Josh Simmons, Ohio State. I think you go Josh Simmons. You're gonna need that Trent Williams replacement.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
I think we all know who the Cowboys will go here.
Yeah, Genty.
Yes,
Easily.
Gentry. That's the only real position of need on their offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Dolphins. I mean, do you go best available with Malachi Starks here?
I think they'd go with a linebacker defensive end here. I could see them going with
Scorton or
Michael
Jalen
Williams or Jalen Walker or Nick Scorton.
Who are you
Shamar
higher on?
Stewart's been a riser. I
think
like
they would go
Michael Williams a little
Michael
more.
Williams. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I'm kind of 50-50 on them.
I think they'll go Warren. This is easy
Pain.
pick. We talked about this earlier.
All right. Falcons.
Falcons, I think this would be a good place for Luther Burden. Yep.
Oh, not that.
They just need some help. Penix with a nice little weapon.
Here.
What are you thinking?
Do you team up Ibuka and Harrison again?
I don't think they'll team them up.
Like Kenneth Grant, it could be a name to watch for interior defensive line. They do need that. Obviously, I don't like any of the rest of the linemen on the board for him here at this point.
I think this could be a position where they just take best available.
And Malachi Starks.
Yeah, team them up with
Buda.
Yeah, Buda Baker.
We'll go Malachi Starks.
In a league where we're playing or the teams are playing two high safeties, I think that wouldn't be so bad.
Bengals, I think maybe Ibuka here.
No, they have the receivers. Kenneth Grant kind of stands out to me here. Maybe Jalen Walker. I kind of like Jalen Walker to the Bengals.
Yeah, they need that linebacker because the defense is what held them back. So I'd say their first priority should be the defense, and we'll go Jalen Walker here. Seahawks. I think Nick Scorton would not fall this far.
It really just depends. But if you like him here.
Yeah, I would like Nick Scorton here. Obviously, they need edge, but there's nothing else for their needs. Broncos.
I could see them drafting Emeka Egbuka. However, I think what better way to add weapons? I think it's this class. It's easier to find a good wide receiver than it is good tight end.
Yeah,
and I think this would be a good place for Colston Loveland. You give Bo Nix a big target. And
build on what they had. All right, the Buccaneers here. Obviously, I think they're looking defense.
I'd like Shamar Stewart here.
There it is. Shamar Stewart, bolster that defensive line.
Here,
there you go, Stu.
Emeka Egbuka. I mean, you need a receiver.
If he's there, I would take him. The Rams. I mean,
now, this is interesting.
Armand Membu. Unless they want to take a flyer on Benjamin Morrison here.
James Pierce is still available.
Or maybe is this where you see Josh Connerly go for tackle?
Yeah. I'm gonna go Ben Morrison here.
Benjamin Morrison. They'll take a flyer, which I think they historically like to do.
They took Jared Verse last year.
Yeah. and that's panned out
And
for
he's
him all.
defensive rookie of the year probably. So, just saying. I predict. No, I didn't predict it. I said the Latu. Fuck.
Matthew Golden here for Chargers. They need receiver. This to be the best available receiver.
Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a draft riser. By the way, here,
So what's in corners here? Yeah, Barron.
Siobhan Rivell. He's one that stands out.
So much on the edge, guys. James Pierce was highly touted. Why does this dude just have a
Joe?
This dude just has a fucking face. He doesn't have a logo. All right.
Go to linebackers.
Oh, you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No, I'm not thinking that at all.
Wow.
I don't think he slides in the first BTM, to be honest with you.
He's just not a real one. Jack Kaiser played his way up.
No. I'm good at best available. I could see like this being a place Kenneth Grant goes to.
Yeah. I think this would be a trade.
Yeah, probably. But I think I'm gonna go Kenneth Grant here.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking pick for the Texans.
All right. What do you think the Texans would do here?
I would look maybe interior offensive line, but I don't know. You're gonna have to look for interior offensive line. Not ideal.
If I'm looking at tackles and maybe you could slide one at cornerly would be, good. Maybe you take a flyer on that other Texas offensive tackle.
Tyleik Williams would be good potentially here. Obviously, a lot depends on what the wide receiver situation looks. Is what's his face going to be? Is Diggs going to want to return? Is obviously you won't have Tank Dell half the year if Diggs doesn't return. But I don't think there's a lot of really. I mean, maybe A.O. Manor could play himself up. That's the name of Cortez Johnson.
Him a lot
with the speed, but obviously I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to think I'm going to go Tyleik Williams. Bolster up that, make that defensive line even better because that's really like a weakness for us is the interior defensive line, not the exterior, but just boost up that defensive line here. Commanders.
All right, here.
Connerly here.
Honestly, I think they go with James Pierce. I mean, he's still on the board. He's a beast. I think you take a chance on him. I think you could build this, build your offensive line or wide receiver group through the draft. But I think James Pierce here is awesome.
All right, the Ravens.
Chavon. I like Chavon here. Ravel, yep. He'd probably be like a top 15 pick if he didn't tear his ACL. So yeah, I think he is a good option.
The Vikings.
George's Niang basket, just saying.
Vikings. I'm thinking either Barron or Trey Amos here, maybe.
I think their offensive line is good.
Their needs here says running back, guard, defensive line, and corner.
Go to corners.
So I'm thinking of maybe Amos or Barron here.
Go to like safeties and stuff like that.
Xavier Watts.
I'm a big fan of Xavier Watts. However, go to interior. I don't know. I don't like any. Go to. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, do you just select the best corner in Amos? Or do you go best available? I know.
I say Jahadi Barron.
All right. We're going with another Texas player in the first round. The Buffalo Bills.
I could see them drafting.
Walter Nolan.
Elick. Like if you go to the receivers, go to the receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't think Savion goes in the first. Xavier doesn't go in the first. I think Jaden Higgins has a chance. I'm not being biased, but like I think he has a chance if he does test well. But other
Nick
than
Nash?
that, yeah, okay, bud. Other than that, no. So I think I'm gonna go Elick A.M. Manor here.
Eagles.
Eagles. They have Lane Johnson still plays for them, right?
Yes. So if they don't really need it. So if they want to develop a lineman,
Connerly. I like Connerly here. You know, they have a coach that is known for developing offensive linemen.
all right. And then the Chiefs. I mean, you got to go with the home state guy.
Yeah. Go
They
home
need
team.
tackle. Obviously, I think it's their left tackle position has been kind of they've been
Actually, do they go running back here?
Are you saying Omarion Hampton? Yeah,
This
this
is a
is
deep running back class.
Cam Scatterboo. I feel like that would be
I like Omarion Hampton here. Honestly, like I think I'm not quite sure what type of build he is, but I think Pacheco's got kind of been injury prone. I think having that good backup, especially like you've noticed that they kind of rely on the pass game.
Yeah.
When he was out, so all right, and here I think this is just a Jahad Campbell pick.
It is, or I could see Landon Jackson from Arkansas.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go Jahad Campbell here.
All right, that's our draft. Let's analyze our draft. Here we go.
Yeah.
Doesn't really say, does it? Oh, yeah, customize insights when you select 3 teams. Oh, well, that is mock draft 1.0. Obviously, it's just like last year. Next week, we will do our 7-round mock for
our team.
Actually, I think I might have an idea for that. We might record that in short and post that in a separate YouTube video.
Okay.
So
we might do our NBA mock draft or 1.0 NBA mock draft.
I think it's still a little too early for that.
Still too early. I mean, the top 3 is pretty much guaranteed. So
yeah, it's still a little too early though for me at that point.
But you missed a jumper. What?
Yeah. So speaking of TJ, is that what our next thing is? It is NBA. Yes.
Jerice Walker.
You said you wouldn't mind him trading him.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to trade him. Thomas Bratton just bricked the fucking 3. Former Laker legend.
Lakers have been obviously not playing well. Obviously got to build teammate chemistry. We made a big trade ever since the last podcast. Dorian Finney-Smith, and there's somebody else. I forgot what his name is. Oh, yeah. We want to build more of a defensive identity, I guess. Obviously, a lot going on with LA right now. So,
yep.
They've postponed 2 games. I think we just replayed that Spurs game. So, obviously, we haven't really played, so we were going to look rusty against the Spurs. Play Miami, who Jimmy Butler's looking to get out, and Brooklyn up next.
Tyler Herro's been playing pretty good basketball, though.
What?
Tyler Herro's been playing some good basketball, though.
Yes, and then we play Little Brother and the Clippers, and we play Washington.
Damn, you're just going to skip Brooklyn like that?
Sorry. We play D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think we should be 2-1 after this. LA, I think, is very beatable. The Clippers. I don't know.
I think you go at least 2-1. I mean, I think the worst you go is 1-2.
Yeah.
Best 2. I think you can go 3. I think you beat both of these teams, all 3 of these teams.
I'm excited for the 23rd. Fuck Boston. Fuck.
Oh boy.
I hate them. All right. So we're 2017. We'll look more into this next week. We're just kind of having a jam-packed episode this week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look more into the standings and all that. All right.
How about the fucking Pacers, baby? 12-3 since December 15th.
Wow, this is a completely different mood from the last podcast.
Yeah, we're playing good basketball right now. Currently, we're down 35-28 to the Cavs, who we just beat. But like these teams, I mean, we're undefeated in 2025. Obviously, you know, Halliburton. You look at the box score, BT. Halliburton's been starting to play better. And Siakam has been doing his thing. Last game against the Cavs, on Sunday, Halliburton only played 20 minutes. He's dealing with hamstring issues again. He's currently not playing in the Cavs game right now. But yeah, we're playing awesome basketball right now. We're one of 2 teams undefeated in 2025. Can you name the other one?
The Thunder.
No.
Who?
Kings.
The further coach.
Yeah. Isn't it funny though how the Kings and Pacers, you know, the 2 teams that, you know, trade stars. Yeah, they're both undefeated. But yeah, we're playing good basketball right now. Honestly, we were the 8th or 9th seed. Now we're the 5th seed. So we're starting to get back to where we should be. Obviously we still have work to do. And you know, this next stretch of games, I'm not even gonna say they're easy. Detroit's been playing good basketball this year. Kate Cunningham has been playing like a all-star.
What I say?
You could say all NBA type player.
What I say? I said this was gonna happen. I manifested it.
Well, and like the crazy thing about it is they're playing without arguably their second best player. Jaden Ivey fractured his fibula, I think.
Yeah.
Earlier this season. So
shout out Crispy Flakes.
Yeah. Are we gonna count this game tonight? Yeah, we probably should. So we have 3 games. Damn, we have 3 games in the next week.
Must be nice.
I think we win at least one of them. The Detroit game is always going to be like iffy because Detroit's, you know, either really good or really bad. I think we drop one of these games. Honestly, I think we beat Philadelphia. Because did you see who Philadelphia is starting tonight?
No.
BT, I'm gonna read you their lineup, okay? So,
playoff P.
Tonight, the Sixers will start Jackson, Gordon, Council, Oubre, and Yabusele.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Trust the process.
And you know who's playing their center right now? Like the past couple games?
Who?
Paul George has been playing center. So
playoff P.
Yeah. But currently we're losing 38-30 end of the first quarter. So yeah, I mean we're playing good basketball. We just gotta keep it going and go Pacers, baby.
Yeah. Go Pacers.
You heard it. Clip it. Clip it.
All right.
BT. Jeremiah Fears. Top 10 pick.
No, I don't think anymore the way he's been playing.
He's still playing good.
What I said was going to fucking happen. It happens every fucking year.
I would have had a perfect fucking week if y'all didn't lose to Georgia. Asa Newell.
13-0. 13-0, right? 13-0.
To be fair, you had that Texas A&M game won. And, yeah.
What'd I say? Every fucking year this happens. We're going to collapse in conference play, and we're going to be the first team out of the fucking tournament again. I'm already calling it.
No, I think you win these next 3 games.
I mean, honestly, I could see us winning Wednesday and Saturday.
I think you win Texas. I think you win South Carolina. Arkansas hasn't been playing really good basketball as of late, so I could see you beating them. I think you can beat Texas A&M. I think you can beat Vanderbilt.
Fears has not been playing well.
So I think you guys will make the tournament.
It looks very similar. If I were to compare it, it's very similar to Trae Young.
BT, do I need to remind you of 20? What was this? 20? That was 23. I said 20, 23, 24. It'd been 22, 23. Remember 22, 23?
Yeah.
Iowa State was 19-14, and they were a 6 seed.
I think you guys could. We had 20 wins last year, and we didn't make the tournament.
Damn.
We were the first team out of the tournament. We had 19 wins 3 years ago, and we didn't make the tournament.
BT. I think you guys make it. I'm optimistic. I think you guys make it.
We need to win 6. Obviously, it starts with Texas. We play Texas twice. We play Missouri
All you
twice.
need to do for Texas is shut down Arthur Kaluma and Trey Johnson. Then you guys win.
We haven't beat Texas in 3 years in basketball.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, it'll be a miracle. We can build some momentum. We play 2 games at home this week in South Carolina, Texas. You need to win these games. I think if you don't win these games, your season is over. I don't think there's a way you can turn it around.
I don't know.
If you start out 0-5 in SEC play, I don't think you
crazier
can.
things have happened.
We're down to a 9 seed in bracketology, but we'll get into that. So I'll be optimistic. We'll go 2-0. We'll go 2-0.
Yes, sir.
Actually, it's our first time to look at this, right?
Thought we were going to look at this after Iowa State.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do Iowa State, did we?
Wow.
Well, whatever. It's not like they're fucking winning all the time. Must be nice.
What you know about the number 2 Iowa State Cyclones, baby?
Big game tomorrow.
Highest rated team in history. We've never been number 2. So, yeah, we've been playing really good basketball. Of course, Big 12 play. It's funny. We can beat Baylor by like 19 or whatever it is, and then struggle against Utah and Colorado. But Boulder's a tough place to play, especially as a top 5 team. Last time we played as a top 5 team there, we lost. But that Texas Tech game was incredible. One of the best games I've watched this year by far.
You know what? I'm going to say this, but was Oklahoma the glue holding the Big 12 together for being good at basketball? And ever since we left, the Big 12 fell off, and SEC.
Yeah, you could say that for Texas though, because Texas at least made the tournament.
Hey.
But no, dude, we've just defensively we've been playing amazing. Offensively, Curtis Jones, he could be an All-American. He could be Big 12 Player of the Year. He should be the 6th man of the year in college basketball. But he's averaging he leads our team in points and he's 6th man. Okay. And Keyshawn Gilbert is playing good basketball. Taman's playing amazing defense. Joshua Jefferson, awesome transfer. Most underrated pickup of the transfer portal. And we're playing good basketball. These next 2 games kind of scare me. Kansas is really good, and we're playing at West Virginia. I think we drop one of them. I think we'll go 1-1. I don't know who we win against. Morgantown's always a tough place to play.
Is Tucker DeVries back?
I'm not quite sure, but I would not. I think we go 1-1, but I would not be surprised if we go 0-2, which is very unfortunate. But that's the Big 12, and then after that, we kind of have a not easy stretch, but an easy,
manageable,
not as difficult stretch.
Manageable stretch.
Yeah, and just the West Virginia, I was dogging on them in my preseason rankings, and they're playing good. So,
what happened to the Big 12, by the way?
What do you mean?
They're falling off.
Go to the standings. Iowa State will make the tournament. Houston will make the tournament.
I think your cutoff's right here. The half the conference. Only half the conference is good. It's not.
Yeah, I think BYU. I think Arizona State and BYU could make it, though.
All right.
UCF, I wouldn't say was going to make it. But yeah.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
First time this year. Last team in, Creighton Blue Jays.
First team out, Arkansas. Told you. You can beat them.
Last four in Iowa, Creighton, Dayton,
BT.
New Mexico. What?
Don't see Oklahoma.
Somehow. Missouri, Ohio State, St. Mary's, and Nebraska. Last 4 byes. All right, here's your bids. Iowa, New Mexico playing in a playing game, and Dayton, and Creighton. That'll be interesting matchups there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll look at the South. Auburn, obviously the number 1 overall seed, and you have St. John's making the tournament. Rick Pitino, Clemson.
Yep.
Purdue back in it. Gonzaga is a 5 seed. Baylor moves up to a 6 seed. Texas A&M is a 3 seed. UCLA, they're sitting at a 7 seed. In Kansas at the 2 seed.
2 seed.
All right, and I guess this would be number 2 overall seed. They have Duke. Duke would play the winner of Maryland and Texas Tech.
That'd be an amazing game. Texas Tech versus Duke. That'd be such a good game. Texas Tech is so underrated, BT. They're one of the, if not the best, 3-point shooting team in the country.
Yeah.
They hit everything. And plus, they have really good players in the post game. Like, we would have lost that game, but you know what happened, BT?
What happened?
They had 2 players who are shooting 90% from the free throw line on the season. They missed 2 free throws.
Bruh.
Yeah.
UConn, 5 seed.
Ooh, UConn, Michigan. I like Michigan in that matchup. It's UConn. Michigan's been playing really good basketball.
Georgia's a 7, playing North Carolina. Tennessee as a 2.
I can see Georgia upsetting Tennessee. That's what I'm saying. Austin Newell.
Good. Houston up to a 3, and Ole Miss is 6. All right, as the 3 overall seed, they have Alabama playing UNO out of the Summit League.
Yeah.
UNO.
Dude, South Dakota State sucks at basketball now. We lost to Omaha the other night.
We have a rematch.
Louisville, Oklahoma.
They met in the matchup, the championship of the.
You playing Chucky Hepburn, BT?
We played them earlier. We beat them, but I don't think we beat Alabama. We already saw that happen. But I don't think this would normally happen because they don't match up teams like that for the same conference. So I don't know why he's doing that because you never typically see that. So Memphis and Bradley, Michigan State, Wisconsin playing the winner of Dayton and Creighton, which I would presume would be Creighton. Kentucky in there as a 3.
I wouldn't overlook Dayton though. They're a sneaky team that just had a rough start to the season.
West Virginia and Nebraska. West Virginia back in the tournament under Darian DeVries' first year.
Mm-hmm.
Marquette as a 2 seed. They're back as a 2 seed. Starting out with the West, this would be the number 4 overall seed. They would have Iowa State playing in Milwaukee.
Yep.
The winner of Long Island and Old Dominion. Didn't that old AL guy go to Old Dominion? Does he even still play anymore?
Yeah, Jayden Johnson.
He still playing it?
I don't think so.
Pittsburgh and San Diego State.
Oh, God. Why Pittsburgh? Last time we played Pittsburgh.
This would be a 12-seed upset. I mean, these stayed over Illinois. I would pick that any day. Or you can get another.
These isn't the same team like last year, but the area of 5 losses.
Illinois can be. You can just have an Illinois.
I'm scared of Illinois. They have Will Riley and Casper Jack Gusset or whatever his name is.
So what you're saying is you don't want another Illinois Iowa State in Sweet 16 matchup.
BT, I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm confident in Iowa State. I truly believe we get the right matchups and we can beat any team. We almost beat Auburn. They beat us on a buzzer beater.
All right.
There's only a few teams I am truly scared of in this fucking country.
St. Louis, shout out Robbie Avila. Gonna make the journey. Playing Mississippi State. Utah State is a 6 seed, playing 11 seed Missouri. Oregon is a 3 seed. Arizona and Ohio State, 2 teams that were very highly ranked and all that.
Florida
as a 2 seed, they have a 7-9 dude.
Yep, that doesn't play. He's redshirt. So you got at least one more year of him, BT.
And they have the SEC and the Big Ten both tying the Big East record of 11 teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
Big 12 down there with 8.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. All right. You know what time it is, Stu?
Yes, sir.
If you can't tell at the bottom, Stuvie has the lead.
Yep. The comeback is real. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in like a month. You already know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, locks of the week. Of course.
You're the leader. You go first.
Yeah, of course. So I've won the past couple weeks. I'm ahead of BT. And the way it should be. Life is the way it should be. So NBA, I got the Celtics over the Raptors. Celtics will probably be favored. They play tomorrow, January 15th. Then I have the Suns, who are going to be favored over the Wizards. That game probably scares me because the Suns are playing like shit right now. That's on the 16th. I have the Thunder over the Nets. Thunder are probably one of the better teams in the league. And then, BT, all of my basketball games are on tonight except one.
Okay.
I have number 7 Marquette, who are 12.5-point favorites over DePaul.
I'll look what that score is.
Yeah. And then I have number 3 Duke, who are 23.5-point favorites over Miami.
DePaul is winning 40-36. Miami is leading Duke. I'm just kidding. Duke and Miami haven't started, but DePaul is leading Marquette 40-36.
Dan Altman, fuck you. And then tomorrow I have Iowa, who are 2.5-point underdogs over USC. So the most possible points I can get is 6.5.
Hold on. What's today?
What about you, BT?
Iowa and USC played today.
They do?
Yes.
Well, then they play tonight. So.
All right. For my NBA, I have the Thunder over the 76ers tonight. Thunder are currently leading 44-32 last I checked. I have the Mavericks over the Pelicans tomorrow. 115, the Pelicans are just tanking. And then I have the Rockets over the Blazers on the 18th. All right, then all my college basketball games are tonight as well, Stu. I have Baylor, who are 5.5-point underdogs at Arizona tonight. And Baylor winning outright.
Arizona has been playing better, though. I will say that.
I have Miami, Ohio, who is 10.5-point favorites over Northern Illinois tonight. Last I checked, that game is tied. And then I have my another upset. I have LSU, who is somehow 1.5-point underdogs against hosting Arkansas tonight. I have LSU winning tonight.
All right, so you had
with my most maximal points of 7.
Okay, so what games did you have? You had
The
Miami,
Thunder
Ohio versus Northern Illinois.
Yes, last I checked, it was tied.
You had Miami of Ohio winning?
Yes.
They're winning by 5 with 3 minutes left of the first. And then the other game hasn't played yet.
Yeah, the other 2 games are late tonight, so hopefully I'm waking up to some good news.
Yeah.
But yeah. That will end episode 15. We'll be back next week. Expect more short form content on this channel. I think I might do an individual video here shortly, uploading maybe tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two, of me doing a mock draft with the Houston Texans predominantly. We'll try to get Suvi his own private, I guess I can't say private content. That's going to sound like an OnlyFans.
That's on my OF. Just kidding. I don't have an OF.
We'll get Suvi in some short form content maybe. So yeah. That will end episode 15, season 2, and we will be back next week around the same time. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, y'all.